Hey boys and girls, this is Larry, UBRR.com. Check me out. Hey, today's February 4th. I'm starting my scenery. Take a look at what I've done here. Now, the first thing I've done is I made my tunnel for my tank line. Even though it doesn't go anywhere, I put a real long tunnel in there. This way, when you get to the far end, you can't see in it and see all the ugly scenery behind it. Okay, then you see those boards going all the way up from the top of the track. They run all the way down there. Those are just my guidelines. I generally don't use that wood, but I've got so many pieces left over, I'll probably incorporate it into my mountains. But I'm using basically these flex pieces of wood, cardboard strips, and then to put it together, I'm using tape, glue, staples, pin nails, whatever it takes to get the job done. So I want to show you that I'm getting started here now, and I'm going to be shutting this off and on quite a bit because you don't need to watch me glue and tape and all that kind of stuff. But this is the beginning of it. So let me shut this off. I'll get back to you in a little bit. Okay, you can kind of see what I'm doing. I use cardboard strips. I cut them down from big cardboard boxes, about 1 inch, whatever, 3/4, 1 inch. Nobody's going to see that because I'm going to put a skin over that, which is going to consist of paper towels soaked in drywall mud. And then when it dries, it leaves, you know, a fairly hard shell. Then I go back over with the plaster and I make it super hard. So don't get real critical with this. You know, just tape all your joints or glue them or what have you. But you kind of see how this is coming to be. A lot of people use screen. There's styrofoam. I mean, there's a lot of methods, but I've always used cardboard. Probably because it was free and I like to cut things down, so I don't have a problem with it. It does probably take a little bit of time, but the thing is, when I do this, I don't have to put all those wood supports in there to hold my peaks up in the screen and stuff, because this would be pretty much self-supporting. Now you kind of see how it's all going to go. I'm going to have a little bridge right there, just a shallow little bridge. So you can peek through there and see that it's three-dimensional, you know, give it a little character on that end. And then in that tunnel over there, that's going to be a double tunnel there. I've got one up there at the top from the oil tank. And then I'm going to have another one right down into there. So always put your tunnels up first. And then after you put your tunnel up, then make sure that you stand in every direction to see how far you can see in, and then you want to line it like I did right there. That's just a liner so that when people look at it at the far end, they won't see, you know, all your bench work and all your ugly stuff, you know. But when you do your bridges or tunnels, always make sure you got a big enough tunnel to take care of the largest locomotive you've got. Okay, I'm using 9 inches from the top of the rail, and then I'm going 3.5 inches out in from the center of the track. So that's a 7x9 opening. That will accommodate probably 99.9%. There's a couple of them that are a little bigger, but anyway, you're kind of seeing what I'm doing here. Next time I get back to you, I hope to have all of this all latticed up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I've got this section all latticed up. Now I'm ready for the skin. You can kind of see it's ugly, but you know what? By the time you get all done with it, you won't see any of it. Like I said, you want to make sure that you get your tunnels covered. Like, let me give you an example. I'm down here at the far end, and if you look up there now, you could see inside the tunnels are completely done. So they'll look like, you know, they're black, they're brown. You know, it kind of looks like there's going to be stone in there. Of course, I'll put a little bit in there, you know, some real thin pieces. But then, look here, right down there. See, I'm going to have like a little bridge right there, and a little, probably a howl truss bridge there. But then when you get over here, all the way, you could see how much you could see into the tunnel. Now, all of this is just a skeleton. So, you know, if this is what you like to do with plaster, this is the way I do it. Like I said, there's a lot of ways to do it, but I've always done it this way. It takes a little time, but you know what? It's kind of fun to do this. And you know, when you start bending things, you get an idea of where a crevice is going to be, and you're already thinking what kind of bushes and trees and animals and things you're going to be putting there. So, you know, it goes along pretty good. So that's it for now on this. So the next time I get back to you, this is going to be skinned, and I may even have some of the rock formation on. So for right now, this is Larry, over and out.